again, they start considering whether or not they want to put Tim Boyle out there.
You thinking maybe it's time to elevate him and give Aaron a little bit of a break?
Oh.
So much about the early season was whether Aaron Rodgers would mesh with his new coach, Matt LaFleur. They started somewhat slowly, even though they were winning games. The mesh is complete now. Those last 2 weeks that you tried out those numbers, and Aaron Rodgers looks totally in charge out there and totally confident, but you don't feel like the head coach is just a bystander either, do you? You feel like there is a collaboration going on, and that offense is humming.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught at the 20. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
That coach has always harped on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rap.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
The 3rd-year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Let's just go ahead and state the obvious. Safety Derwin James is one of the better players in the NFL. First-team All-Pro as a rookie. Also went to the Pro Bowl, and he shows up anywhere and everywhere on the field making plays.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got it. That's St. Brown, touchdown Packers. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done, and on the opening drive of the game.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. after the touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Phillip Rivers and the Chargers, their offense coming out here, and they got a Week 8 win at Chicago 17-16. So not a lot of points put up. In fact, not a lot of yards put up for Phillip Rivers. 201 yards, his lowest output of the season. But there were a couple of drops in there on some deep balls.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking at Phillip Rivers, and it's a natural question. Just like you'd ask of Drew Brees, Tom Brady. Now they're either 40 or approaching 40. Is there a drop-off in their play? And I don't see it with Phillip Rivers. I think there's a drop-off around him. A lot of injuries. The defense isn't quite the same. You mentioned some drop passes. But I think he's still Phillip Rivers, still a guy who can win you football games. And those turned into field goals, and it was just enough to beat Chicago when they missed one at the buzzer.
You mentioned the age for Rivers, 37. He'll be turning 38 in early December. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They are happy to have Hunter Henry back after missing more than a month of the season. And when he came back, made his presence felt in the Sunday night or Week 6, albeit in a losing effort. But he had 8 catches, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Wait, 89.
Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down. Gordon happy to be back in the fold after reporting to the Chargers on September 26th. You know, the fan base is happy to have Melvin Gordon back as well. Week 5, his first game back, 12 carries, 31 yards. And he certainly figures to be the bell cow in that backfield for the Chargers going forward.
Ready, round 80. Mike 50. Here we go, here we go.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rivers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. With that, let's check out how the Chargers line up on offense.
And the play of this offensive line is going to tell a big story. And right now, if you're a fan of this team, you're loving the story that they are telling. They've already created some holes in the running game on this opening drive, and they're going to need to keep it up for these guys to have a big chance at victory.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And by the way, it's worth noting that the Packers are one of 3 teams that Phillip Rivers has never beaten in his long career in the league. Carolina is one, of course, his own team, the Chargers, another, and then the Packers rounding out the 3. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
2 times, 2 times. 3 down, 3 down. 3 down.
Throwing Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Safety Adrian Amos was a free agent in 2018, and division rival Green Bay took note and brought him to Wisconsin to patrol the center of their defense and also drop down near the line of scrimmage and make some big-time plays in the running game.
Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Review.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Green Bay's offense comes back out here, Charles, and you know, it's 7-1 as we were discussing earlier. They're playing great football, 4 wins in a row. If you look at the past few weeks, some teams have elevated themselves. The Patriots, obviously, 49ers and the Saints, they all fit in that category. I think you got to put the Packers right there with them, don't you?
I think you do, and earlier in the season, I think people were reluctant to do that because people were running the ball effectively against them. They're wondering about their defense. That's gotten better as well. So when you put it all together and Aaron Rodgers is elevated back to Aaron Rodgers territory, I agree totally. They are right in that mix, and it makes for some really exciting games coming up because if I'm not mistaken, the Packers in San Francisco will match up later this season.
They will, but coming up first, you're going to have the Packers go to the Chargers, and that might be a Packer home game in Southern California. We'll see. No
doubt about it. A lot of green and gold will be in the stands with that blue and gold of the Chargers.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You better be afraid of me. Look at you.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Green 18. To the mic. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Green 18.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, and that's complete to Adams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Deep for the Chargers, Desmond King. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Chargers coming back out here, CD. Earlier you noted that 17-16 win over the Bears was by the slowest of margins because the field goal that was missed by the Bears, a 41-yarder at the end of regulation. But look, the Bolts offense has really struggled, in particular the running game. I mean, in a word, it's been underwhelming. Just 36 yards in Week 8. That's now 4 straight weeks of running for 40 yards or less, and you have to go back to 1946 and the Lions to find the last time that that's happened.
And remember, Melvin Gordon wasn't with the team in the first part of the season, and his return was supposed to be a panacea for the running game. He's only averaged 28 yards in his 4 games of 2019. So there's plenty of talent on the roster. Having some trouble with the offensive line, but their inability to run the football puts a lot of pressure on Phillip Rivers. But let's end it this way. The week before in Tennessee, that was agonizing. A fumble at the goal line with a chance to win. They got one back this week when Eddie Pinheiro missed the field goal for Chicago.
You know, we're not going to end it that way because I can't let you get by on panacea. What is that?
Well, that means that that's supposed to solve everything. It's supposed to be a cure for what ailed them.
How do you spell it?
P-A-N-A-C-E-A.
All right, whatever. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25. And 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
From the gun, Rivers. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, Rivers completes it to Benjamin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9. brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Finding Green complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Round 80! You ain't got nothing!
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
7-7, our score after one. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Check, Mike 42. Watch the run. Round! Behind!
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone's got 4. Wait, 89!
From the gun, Rivers. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Is under review.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Badgley on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, the little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. Throwing is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. That throw into the arms of Allen. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Rivers now. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. He got 29 yards that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Rivers looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, we have a moment here after that incompletion, with it being Halloween week. Let's do something Halloween themed. Give me your 3 scariest defenses in the NFL.
Ooh, I love your theme. I like that.
Corny as ever.
Yeah, corny but good. All right, let's start with the Minnesota Vikings, because their ability to mix and match, how cohesive they are as a veteran unit, and big-time playmakers at every level. And Harrison Smith, the fixer, the guy can go up and down, backwards and forwards, and make plays for you. Number 2 for me, San Francisco. They could easily be number 1. The problem is New England is just outstriping everyone. But think about what San Francisco is doing. Youngsters up front, the guys in the back end, Richard Sherman having a career year, a rebirth type of a year. But New England giving up 6.7 points per game, or is it 7.6 points?
7.6.
7.6. I'm trying to make it even better than what it already is. But those Patriots, you can't really name too many stars. Probably Stephon Gilmore, their corner. But after that, they just play so well, it doesn't matter. They're the Patriots, and they shut you down.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
58! Right, 58, right there. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now a draw play. This is Jones.
Watch the twitch.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jerry Tillery with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide, they want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Back near his goal line, Rivers. Got Gordon open, completes it. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Rivers now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Rivers now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Rivers now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Rivers gets it to Gordon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Rivers. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Rivers with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. To the air again here, Rivers. Well, this is caught by Williams. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rivers again. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And here's 2nd and goal.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll throw again. Rivers. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with three receivers to the left on second and less than a yard. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a two-touchdown difference as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Phillip Rivers and his Chargers about ready to take over again. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing Rivers. He completes it to Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Rivers. He's going to slip. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain there of 30 big ones.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A toss play. Gordon. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action now. Rivers. Benjamin's got it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Rivers now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Here's Rivers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. A 4th touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Right, baby. They don't want it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 40.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Greenbay.
Green 18. Mike 58, right there. Blue Dan, blue Dan. Green 18.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll go again to Jones. Takes this.